President Yoweri Museveni has been sworn in to officially begin his 31st year in power. At the end of this term, he would have been in power for 35 years, more than all Uganda's previous 7 presidents combined. In the 2016 elections, Museveni defeated 7 other presidential candidates to secure his 5th elective term. On the campaign trail, he made a lot of promises to the voters, assuring them that he represented steady progress, which was his campaign theme. So what will inform President Museveni's next 5 years from 2016 to 2021? According to governance and management scholar Associate Professor Gerard Karyeja, in the next 5 years, citizens will be more demanding of better services, opposition will gain more ground, and more new political players will emerge.
And I think it will take some time to negotiate reforms that are of a bipartisan nature. Here I'm talking about how elections are being held, recruitment of political leaders, qualifications of political leaders, the role of political parties, the Electoral Commission, its configuration.
But Dr. Karyeja and other analysts also argue that Uganda will do more to improve service delivery in sectors like health and education, improve infrastructure and strive for economic growth, bolstered by the anticipated windfall from oil and gas production expected to begin before 2020.
We saw the president making surprise visits to Munago Hospital and other facilities. So that tells me that there is going to be focus on service delivery, and this may call for major changes. One, in staffing, in personnel. We might see some people lose jobs, especially people at higher levels. PSs may be moved here and there. We might see new agencies being created.
If, for instance, we could see the ongoing oil explorations and the efforts to have the oil out of ground and the efforts to it exported, and then putting or projecting Uganda into oil producing status and therefore middle income country as per the Vision 2040.
In light of the recent ban on media coverage of the opposition FDC party's defiance campaign, the analysts foresee a government that may increasingly move to suffocate dissent.
You saw the measures that they took, both before the election and after, and I'm quite certain that they will continue to take the same measures. So I do not expect demonstrations, but that does not mean that people are happy. We all know large numbers of Ugandans are unhappy.
In an attempt to learn how to manage dissent, disagreements that are sharp, we are going to see an increased restriction on space for the media and the opposition.
It is usually a choice by those in power to try and show those in the opposition that, hey, this is how power works, and if you don't respect power, this is how power is likely to respond to you.
But spokesman of the ruling NRM party Ofono Pondo, who is also the government spokesperson, says the next 5 years will see President Museveni fulfill his campaign promises under the banner of steady progress.
We must continue with all-round national security and stability for persons, property, for the government and the country, because without that, then we shall miss. No, you will not invite anybody here to bring their money to invest in Uganda.
Contrary to the outlook of the analysts, Opondo believes that freedom of speech and political participation will be guaranteed within the parameters of the law. He warns that those who will try to abuse the constitutional framework will be firmly dealt with.
But we have even seen people who say, we won't abide by court ruling. Those kind of people, the country should never accept them.
The issue of trying to create some unity around particular issues is very important. And I would hope that he would prioritize that.
What's clear, though, is that some of the promises that the president made in the 2011 election campaigns, like setting up a technical school in every sub-county, have remained unfulfilled, and they have been carried forward. The jury now is still out on whether the NRM government of President Museveni will have made Uganda a better country by the end of the president's new term in 2021. Suhail Mugavi, NTV.